Indeed. Hang on, let's see if I have beaten... Oh, no! Rafe's beating me! Curses! I think he has everyone. I'm not entirely sure. Ah, damn it, Rafe. Either way, another very high win rate match. Oh my god, see, he just broke 100% win rate again. They lost on Sky Temple for the first time. Right. All of our 100% win rates are just win or loss rates are just being destroyed today. But either way, let's see if they can improve their win rate or whether the one are going to have two maps with 100% win rate.
I told you the one was unbeaten on Sky Temple. I knew it all along.
It's true. It's true. Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are loading into our draft for game number 2 of this 2-game series.
Yeah.
And CE going to be starting off with the bands, and there he is himself.
So,
Seth Rollins for that one.
If TheOne manages to bring this series home 2-0, it would be the biggest upset we have yet witnessed in HGC China. An absolute newcomer defeating former champions and last season's rank 2 CE. An actual well-renowned team internationally. I think teams have learned to respect them both in Korea and the rest of the world with their recent placements in the Eastern Clash, where they even had to play with a sub. But they now need to get back in consistency mode. They now need to apply the HGC dominance that we're used to seeing from them. And if they lose this one too, their participation at BlizzCon might be at risk, because every game counts with the deletion of E-Star and the points being reset to 0.
Potentially. And we're going to see as the first pick, Luthal's hero coming in straight away. They're Ariel, even with the changes.
Even with the changes, you no longer have the level 7 talent that gives you cooldown reduction on your heal. Instead, you have a new one, whose name I shall look up in a bit, unless Tetris saves me.
Well, there's no new...
Glimmer of Hope.
Oh, yeah. That's slightly changed.
Collecting regeneration globes will reduce Ariel's next Ray of Heaven's Heal by 75%.
That was actually new. That's been there the entire time. It's just no one picked it because they didn't care.
Oh, that was my bad then. Was
they
just deleted it.
Slightly changed. Yeah,
they just deleted it. My bad. Kendrick Plapcaster confirmed. Get him out of here.
Get him out of here. Bring in that. What's that guy from Korea come? Bring him in. Bring in Rally Jaffa.
Oh, Rally Jaffa, mad respect. You know what? If Blizzard decided to just kick me off my own stream, I would love to surrender my own stream to Rally Jaffa. He's a pro.
I'm in the exact same position where if I was replaced by someone, I'd want it to be Rally Jaffa at this point. For now, though, it is Malthael again, Lunara coming in again, and very good hope generator for Ariel here.
Yeah, that's already very solid. Like, both have damage over time, which is ever so solid for Ariel, because that's guaranteed damage. That is very hard to dodge for the enemy team. Let's see. TheOne going for Arthas once again. I think that was actually a big mistake in terms of drafting on the side of CE. Drafting 4 melees. Of course their combo worked every now and then, but overall, drafting 4 melees into Arthas is still a risk you don't need to take, and Arthas was picked first, so they deliberately walked into this trap card on the side of TheOne.
Yeah. They've, like you said, they have a ranged, one more. They have 2 more ranged, 1 more ranged than last time already in their first 3 picks.
Which is solid.
Yes, it is. So, a little bit safer this time. Illidan banned out with Tassadar already on the board. Tracer's still a threat, but Illidan is still the potential global that they don't want to deal with.
Yeah.
Even with an...
So, I don't want to see an Uther right now. I think against the double sustained damage from Lunara and Malthael, it would be a little bit of a risk. You do have a Tassadar in your team, yes. But
Stukov might be nice.
Stukov might be absolutely perfect. Like Stukov, even Malfurion, Rhaegar, anything that has a little bit of AoE healing at their disposal, or very low cooldowns, which is a strong argument in favor of Malfurion, could be very nice here.
Most of our meta healers at the moment are actually all melee, I've just realized. Like Malfurion and Ariel are like the 2 non-ones. Other than that, it's Rhaegar, Uther, Karazim, etc, etc.
Yeah. I also like Malfurion against Malthael, to be honest, because silences are probably one of the most reliable sources of dealing with this guy. If he can heal himself by using his Q, you're going to be able to burst him down fairly handsomely, right?
I would say so. Silences are always lovely. Any lockdown's good against him, just because the whole point is to stop him pressing Q, and you're going to have a very good time against Malthael, who's ulting into your backline, because that removes his sustain. So, yeah, there you go. My prediction, as I said earlier, next hero in Heroes of the Storm is going to be a ranged healer, because the meta must be shifted.
A ranged healer. So
ranged healer.
Prophet Velen or Anduin confirmed on Kendrick's stream.
Would they be
Oh,
ranged?
Prophet Velen would be ranged 100%. Anduin, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Although I don't think he looks like a melee type of guy. He's too handsome, too soft.
I think you are ignoring the patterns of Blizzard's release system, and that is get the Overwatch heroes in as fast as physically possible. So Ana.
Ana? Oh boy, dude. I wouldn't say no to that either. I mean, I have yet to play a single game of Ana. Oh, New Mercy? Oh, the changes look crazy, though. Did you see them?
I did. Looks fun.
Like, resurrecting one person with a single spell, like a normal basic ability? It's crazy.
Pretty good. She looks kind of badass, and then being able to fly around the place.
Can you imagine that in Heroes of the Storm?
I mean, we do have not a heroic, but we have an ability that resurrects
25-second cooldown, revives one hero. Instantly, bam.
Yeah, not sure how they do that. For now, though, we see Tyrael and Muradin as the final two picks for CE, so double front line, Lunara as the back line, and Malthael just everywhere. What are the one going to finish out with? They still need a main healer. Rhaegar is still available, Uther's still available, Stukov. They have options for days.
I think Stukov... Oh, they still go with the Uther. Wow. I mean, Uther does add a little bit of value in those team fights when you lock down a Malthael, for example, maybe in with a Divine Storm. But he has significant weaknesses in this lineup, don't you think?
Yeah. All the damage really is AoE. We have Malthael, just AoE death over time. We have Lunara with poison over time. Yeah, I'm not so keen on the Uther pick here. I have issues with it. I think Stukov may have been a little better, but Stukov is also even easier countered by the healing reduction talent from Malthael. So I can see the logic of going with something that gives armor.
You know, the anti-healing, the Touch of Death at level 7 from Malthael not working against the Divine Shield, not working against only one source of healing too well, not working against shields either, which is another strong cause for the Tassadar. Can they make that double support work? Remains to be seen. TheOne, they came out of nowhere. They impressed us so much in game number 1. And look at the faces here on CE's side. No smiles, no giggles, just 100% focus and 100% determination.
So get ready to load in. You can see, like you said, the focus on both teams' faces. Both teams looking for the wind here. The wind here? No, not the wind.
But Meng, you saw him on the other side. We called him the weak link on Hot Slavey last season. He turned into a formidable player, but could he become a new rising star on the side of TheOne? We're going to find out. He does have a lot of experience. Can they utilize that fact? Can they capitalize it and turn it into a 2-0 victory against CE, former pro, former champions, second place last season? We're going to find out in a bit. No hype video. I'm good. I can just continue talking. On the left-hand side, in the blue colors, we see the newcomers. TheOne leading 1-0 against CE. Hugo on the Sonya. Lucky on Tassadar. Meng on Vala once again. Zyran on the Uther. And Hehe on his Arthas.
Whereas on the right-hand side, it is going to be CE, with Alufal playing Ariel, Wind on Muradin, KTY on Lunara possibly, Paradise on Malthael, and Zuyu on Tyrael. We are not 100% sure it's KTY due to the account he is playing on, but we are going to assume so.
Yeah, I once again wasn't able to spot him. He's normally a very easy to spot player because he's a little bit taller than the average Chinese player. He's a little bit more, more buff, I want to say. I'm not sure if he's actually working out, but he looks like he would. And Triple Angel comp on the side of CE. Can they use the assistance of the heavens to just get at least 1 point out of it? It's still, even if they get 1 point out of it, it's a disappointment. They wanted to win this.
Very true. But yeah, I will say, if I can remember correctly, I don't think Triple Angel has lost in China.
Probably not.
Ever.
No.
I don't think so. It's really good. Although the last time we saw it play, there was also a Cho'Gall in the composition.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that was a very scary composition indeed. No Malthael counter to the Cho'Gall, perfect support addition, and the protection from Tyrael as well. That was crazy. Zuyo, by the way, playing Tyrael.
Oh,
so
wow.
The main ranged assassin legend on the side of CE going for the Bruiser. That is a role swap I have never seen for CE.
So maybe player isn't KTY, because he was certainly a tank.
KTY also played ranged assassins, so
Oh, he did.
Yeah,
So yeah, maybe. Well, we already know Zuyu is one of the most flexible players in the game.
Oh yeah.
He's probably one of the. It's incredible that he can be probably the best or the second best ranged assassin in China, and also be such a flexible player. He is.
And he plays
just
specialists too. Like he's a legendary Nazeebo. We saw that in Season 1.
Yeah. Sylvanas God.
True.
As we saw in
True.
the Clash. God, Zuyu. Just. I have no words. Zuyu is one of the best players we have.
Yeah.
And we'll see how he's able to play this Tyrael in this particular matchup. Wind positioning himself, preparing for action.
I already see a different build from Aluthul on his Ariel. At level 1 he goes for the cooldown reduction if enemy heroes are getting hit by it, rather than the casting animation speed. So
riskier, but better for energy.
Yeah. Especially when there is a couple of melee heroes that you can capitalize on, like Sonya, Uther, and Arthas. It's definitely a nice town def. Look at that energy gain. It's huge. Aluthul definitely has enough juice to keep everyone alive, but Tyrael taking so much damage. Keep in mind, though, Maltha is doing his double soak game. So if they can stall out this fight, CE that is, if they can prevent the one from getting an Immortal Punisher very early on, they can get a massive XP lead. They're committing to this. 5 people here.
They're 10 behind. Can they do it? 35 to 20. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to steal it.
Look at that. Already half a level. It's definitely worth it.
Yes, now they just need to not lose too many structures with this. There's no Sylvanas or anything like that on the enemy teams. There's a good chance that they won't just get detonated here on this push. They're probably going to lose 1, maybe 2 towers.
Oh, sweet.
But overall, it's clear. Nice and easy. Beautiful pull, like you said, with that Dwarf Drops. And they're driving back the push onto the towers. They're going to lose 1 and a bit tower. And the game.
And a little bit of beginner's advice here for the viewers out there. If you want to know how to perfectly pull the Punisher over the wall, you need to use an ability. So normally the Warrior wants to do that because they are the most resilient targets in your team. So let's say the Muradin, in this case, he threw down a Stormbolt at the Punisher. That gave the Punisher the signal to jump over the wall, and Muradin using the Dwarf Toss at the very same moment not to get hit. So this is how you do it. If none of your teammates uses any abilities behind the wall, the Punisher is not going to jump.
Also, I'd like to point out the adjustment of Sonya here, auto-attack build. And there's reasoning for this, and that is something that we don't see in China that often. Skullcracker.
Yes.
Skullcracker shuts down Sonya Whirlwind build. So how do you deal with this? There's very little auto-attack countering other than the base auto-attack slow that Muradin gets, which isn't too high. So you're going to get far more value out of auto-attacking and just getting consistent single-target damage and sustain that way with Ferocious Healing and the War Paint than you would if you were to try and Whirlwind and just get it shut down every time. And as such, Muradin doesn't have to do that. He's going for the Iron Forge momentum.
Beautiful analysis there. Like, if you have those antagonists, right? If you have a Muradin and a Sonya who basically, where one counters the other, you try to go for a talent build that's going to give you more value. And as Tetra said, that is auto attacks. You don't go for Hurricane, you don't go for any Whirlwind talents. And on the other hand, Muradin was like, oh, Sonya doesn't go Whirlwind? Well, time for me to go cooldown reduction instead of Skullcracker because I don't need it anyway. So
there's also the also the joy of leeching plasma. With this Sonya build. So everything synergizes here.
Yeah, very well done. Oftentimes you have these mind games. For example, another good example would be ETC and Li Ming on the other side. If Oriel, I keep saying Oriel, if Li Ming goes for Wave of Force, ETC is probably not going to get a lot of value out of Mosh Pit. If she doesn't, well, time to start those party bombs.
We do see a poisoned spear from Sonya here, not going for the extra sustain. She is the objective right here is I don't need to self-heal if who I'm engaging dies.
I like it actually. The poison is also good against Auriel. Any source of poke poison over time causes a little bit of an issue for her, because if she doesn't get energy, there is no way to actually regenerate the lost health. Now, Zuyu going in on that Tyrael, providing a lot of pressure on Meng. Huge damage also coming in on Hugo. Healing reduction popped as well from the level 7 talent, and down goes Sonya, down goes Vala.
Yeah, and look at that. The Paradise could have teleported in there for the guaranteed kill. Didn't even bother. They're just able to pick it up here. Also, very happy with Auriel's level 7 talent. Like you said, the poison, they might have been able to deal with that if they've taken the when my ally is damaged, I gain energy talent. Instead, taking the one that you have the most control over, taking the energized cord. Still going to see Aegis, by the way, no Resurrect. But this is not really a Resurrect game. So I love that they use the energized cord. He's gone for the maximum possible energy build, because if you're going to heal less often, it better be impactful.
Oh yeah, definitely true, definitely true. Now, something cool we also see on the side of TheOne, just these little talent adjustments that make a lot of sense. We see the Immortal Coil at level 7 on the Arthas, because there's not a lot of CC except Murden. There's not a lot of burst damage, so the damage reduction, the damage mitigation would have made a lot of sense here from the Icebound Fortitude. Instead, he goes for a bigger self-heal if cast on himself, and that makes a lot of sense against that poison damage. So tankiness and self-sustain is the recipe to stay alive here against the double ticking damage from CE.
Tyrael continuing to harass Arthas. Not getting anything done, but he's just being incredibly annoying.
Yeah.
And for and he's buying time, of course, for the rest of his team to grab at stuff. In this case, is going to be the mercenary camp. Tyrael spots the Sonya, who is going to move in aggressively here. Gets Divine shielded. The camp is once again ignored, and as such, Sonya picks it up as the full retreat comes out from CE. They could see everyone else was on the way, so they're using this as an opportunity to leave. They give up the camp, don't bother to fight over it.
Malthael going in. He arrived a little bit too late to the party. Beautiful Crystal Aegis here, protecting Alufal against that Rain of Vengeance. Zuyu's about to fall, but that's going to be a juicy explosion.
God. That is devastating. Heal Paradise. He lives. Clutch last second heal there. Uther even given vision behind the wall. Uther retreating behind the wall. He was already dead. Didn't matter. But yeah, CE pulling back, buying time. Like you said, beautiful Aegis, and as such, Ara was able to keep healing, and they're able to take that fight. Beautifully done by CE.
Yeah, and the Blinding Flash, of course, a level 13 talent provided by Auriel, is going to give so much value against the basic attack Sonya and the basic attack Vala. I mean, it's not a full basic attack build, don't get me wrong, but still, Vala, despite going for a W build, relies heavily on auto attacks as well. So you can never go wrong with a blind against Vala compositions. So this is really starting to become a problem for TheOne. They looked good in the early game, but slowly and surely they're starting to fade away, and yeah, they're getting left behind a little bit.
Yes, they are. And you mentioned that blind against Vala, Sonya with auto attack builds,
even
Uther
Arthas
with hand of even Arthas' hand of protection on Uther is going to lose value because it can't get the cooldown reduction. Tassadar, Archon,
true.
It affects everyone, entire team.
Yeah, that's a really solid point there as well. And I'm not sure on the quest progress of Tassadar's Sign Fusion, but he seems fairly unimpactful throughout this game. I mean, good thing he didn't go basic attack build, right, in the first place because of that blind. But still, I'm not sure if the Tassadar Uther provides enough healing against all that spread out damage over time. Look at that, one combo, and Uther is already starting to sweat a lot under his plate armor. Yeah,
he actually used hand of protection there, thinking that Vala was going to be stunned, but the Stormbolt actually whiffed. So underconfidence in his ally there, and slow reaction times. That means that he cast it after seeing the Stormbolt, but it activated before after the Stormbolt had already missed. So it shows a little bit of slow reaction times there.
Yeah. Now we also have the unfair advantage at level 13 coming in for CE's Lunara player, and this has actually some decent synergy with a couple of heroes here. You might not see it firsthand, but, you know, the W on Murden, the Thunderclap, and the Slow by Eldrain's Might on Tyrael. That's a little bit of synergy you cannot sneeze at. So Lunara's damage is going to be amplified even more. Look at that damage on Tassadar. It's crazy.
Yeah, and right now, TheOne trying to gain as much value as possible, trying to be sneaky while Malthael isn't here, trying to take the 4 versus 1. Zuyu dropping low. Is he going to be forced to use Sanctification? If he was, he didn't do it in time. Instead, just has to explode onto Iran.
And now we see a very smart move here. Basically, Malthael in the top lane, he put on the emergency break here, the emergency exit. He didn't want to finish the shrine. He left one open because that would have meant that the Punisher would start moving towards the enemy base with one player down still. So they're patiently going to wait for Tyrael's return, and then they're going to make this push with level 16, with 5 players combined, and they're going to get a lot more done as a result. So really smart reaction by CE, not getting overzealous and remaining their calm, remaining their cool.
And very good hero to have placed up there, at least for a little bit, Muradin, due to the fact that he's going to be able to clear it without too much issue. He's going to be able to pick up one skeleton, which is a good Q, but he's also the safest hero. If he gets engaged upon, he has Dwarf Toss, he would be able to escape. Tyrael would be the other option, but he was dead. So he is now alive, though, and they're going to be able to pick up the Punisher. They have a mercenary camp now to go with this, so they may even get more value, especially if they get Tass here.
Win with a patient Stormbolt. Oh, the double dodge, though, by Lucky. Once you go Archon, you get another reset on it, so that's sweet.
Yeah, nicely done. He might still die, though, and that's bad news if so. Yep, he dies.
Oh,
so
no.
2 dimensional shifts and a heroic use. In the meantime, though, their base is dying, so they do need to be back.
Yeah, they do need to be back. So maybe it was Tassador's plan all along to keep him busy, so they wouldn't recall immediately. But still, that's a healthy Punisher, over 50%. But, of course, there are no more reinforcements here now, except for that fallen Shaman. So I think it should be easy for TheOne to defend this.
Pretty good reinforcements.
Yeah, it's pretty good, yeah.
If you have a choice, I would not mind a fallen Shaman. It does die. It was aggro, and unfortunately the minion was not able to protect it long enough so that it would be able to just spam out those hounds. So, Punisher does make it over the wall, does some damage. The tower survives, which is brilliant news for TheOne.
Yeah, that is really what they needed, and they now have the longest time window available for them to stabilize and come back. It's a long way until 20, so they're fighting with even towns again, and that's a huge power spike for them. Uther now has Benediction, which is so important to cast those double abilities. Tassador Double Storm, super important to dominate the shrines. And even Sonya, Nerves of Steel. Shields don't get affected by Malthael's anti-healing. So this is really their moment to make a stand. This is their moment to stabilize.
Yes, it is. So, Zuyu does get rooted, again in trouble, drops 15 armor, as you can see, due to the fact that Arthas has stacked.
True.
And he also has level 13 talent. See Muradin moving in, drops the sun on Sonya, but the follow-up was not there, but she does get dropped huge damage numbers thanks to Malthael's percentage. Once again, now it's you can see the exact same effect onto Arthas. Tyrael once again focused, good Aegis, Sanctification can drop straight afterwards.
A turnaround!
That is huge. Lunara's in the backline, destroying everything. Gets destroyed. Hugo is doing some good work onto Paradise, but it's not enough. Getting locked down, that huge green health bar. Nice shield by Tass might be enough, but no, not enough. And now Tass is in trouble too. Only 2 survivors, Valor and Uther. They are in full retreat. The Impalers, that wasn't even over anything important. That was just, there was some Impalers and the enemy team was here. That was just the only purpose of that fight.
To be honest, every team fight to China is important. There's no such thing as, you know, a super decisive team fight they need to take. They see the enemy team, they go ham, they go face, and that's why we love to watch that region. Already so many kills after 14 minutes. Most of them are on the side of CE, and they're relentless. They're marching towards the enemy base. They're probably going to get this keep, but they would be... Not even China goes core here, right? No. No.
They do.
Okay,
they're going to retreat here. Nice route onto Malthael. Okay. They are going to have to pull back. Now goes the keep. But yeah, that was a peculiar one.
Yeah, Wind goes for a pretty risky recall, but he's Muradin. He doesn't care. He would have probably survived because his teammates were still fairly close. Still, normally, when you guys play Hero League or Team League, or even Quick Match, you don't want to do that. The risk is too high to get spotted. But yeah, let's see. This is going to be an Arcane Punisher, a very important one, the strongest one still in team fights and sieging up. So CE doesn't want to let that one go. They're still too far away off 20 to just play the map game and play this... the experience game. Oh my god, beautiful poison spread. And this is exactly where Uther struggles. Zuyu going in, locking Sonya in.
Divine Shield on Arthas, keeping him alive, giving him some good value here. We're seeing Malthael, though. Look at all those green health bars. Meg gets destroyed. Malthael puts himself out of danger, but Sonya relentlessly chasing him down, trying to get either him or Player. Gets Player, but Sonya will still drop after all that Uther healing is finished. That is going to be a 4 for 1. You cheeky chap.
Yeah.
He actually reveals himself. I think he was trying to bait them back in.
Yeah.
But he does need to be, because his core is about to die if he does not return to base.
Now, we have seen miraculous core holds with only one Tassadar. Just Hazu-ups, you know, I think in the last few seasons has had a couple of those alone. But, you know, with the entire onslaught here coming in from CE, I don't think it's going to be enough. Although, it's taking rather long. Lunara is not here. I don't think they can do it. The Tassadar shields are strong. Arthur's coming back in too. So, I think they just pull back. They need to get the Punisher now. They actually wasted a lot of time.
TAS value there, saving the game, at least for now, for the one.
And they have 32 as well.
How long will this last?
The one, they only need 8 more skeletons. They can do this. Lunara is still dead. Tyrael only arriving now.
Though.
If CE dies, this could be huge.
This could be huge. This is mid lane, though. There's still a fort here.
Yeah.
But bot was opened earlier. Bot was opened earlier by them, so they have the opportunity.
They get it.
Yeah, they get the Punisher. CE pulling back. This is a very patient play here by CE.
Yeah. CE can still not afford to die. If they start losing heroes now, they're going to have massive level 20 death timers, and they could have those staggered deaths they could not recover from. But they go for a teamfight. They don't care. China doesn't play careful. They go all in whenever they get the chance to.
Alufal moving into the sanctification, getting so much energy, but he is still blown up. He had Aegis and it was not used, but it's 2 heroes down in the backline. Valor and Arthur's already dropped. Paradise, though, finished off by Sonya, who's now moving on to Zuyu. Sonya is cleaning house, but Wind is destroying everything. It's now just Wind. Tyrael explodes. Sonya surviving this. Paradise revived. He took the level 20 talent, and that will be enough to save them the game.
I don't think the one could have ended anyway, right? Don't get me wrong. Only Tassadar and Sonya alive. However, maybe they could have killed Paradise, or maybe they could have killed Wind, then take a keep. So as it is, CE going in with a Hail Mary attempt, sort of, that wasn't even needed, but they just did it anyway. They destroyed the one, they stopped their onslaught, losing a couple members in the process, but the keep was safe for now. And of course, there was a mercenary camp pushing in the bottom, the catapults helping out to defend in the middle as well, so not a disaster for them, but the one is level 20 now, and that could be a huge factor. Anti-magic shell on the side of Arthas, so all that poison damage will be ignored. Redemption, Uther will be back. This is huge for them.
This is going to come down to the wire, potentially, unless it's top lane. The next objective could end the game for either team. There is definitely the possibility of driving through a keep onto the core. If it's top lane, though, CE, they still have that buffer, and that's such a big deal this late in the game.
Absolutely. Keep in mind, Anti-Magic Shell won't work against Malthael's passive, as it is percentage damage and does not count as ability damage. However, Lunara's damage is going to be lowered significantly, so I really like this choice alone. The Infinite Archon as well at level 20. If they manage to protect Tassadar and just let him attack over and over again, if he manages to escape the blinds by Oriel, he's going to get some massive value. Sonya patiently waiting.
This is familiar.
Oh yeah, this is familiar. Lucky is likes to be the thick of things, let's put it this way.
Oh, but
no, not now.
It's going to be Arthas in trouble. He pops his heroic. Immediate retreat from CE. They've got what they need. They got value. The question is, can they get out of here? That was a lot of CC being dropped onto them. But yes, that's 2 heroics dropped. As long as they don't die here.
Don't die here.
Player gets out. The fact that they did not die here is huge. They burnt 2 heroics for nothing. No Avatar, no Aegis, no Leaping Strike. They have everything available to them now. Second that Archon expires, they can go straight in.
Yeah, and the one is now kind of committed, right? Because they don't want to let this Archon expire. Because they don't want to have this massive cooldown. So they need to keep on attacking. They need to keep on hitting something. Otherwise, it's going to expire. For now, they're going to put on the aggression onto CE. Is this a mistake? Could be, maybe. CE needs to force a fight right now with so many heroic abilities still on cooldown.
Like you said, there's so many heroic abilities on cooldown. TAS is doing a good job keeping up this Archon, and this is the fact. See, you don't want to fight in the Archon, but the Archon is not going to go away unless they fight.
Yeah, top lane getting pushed by a fallen Shaman Camp. I'm not sure if the keep was destroyed before or if they just got it. So, the one, they're committed. They need to get something done. The sacrification is good, though.
Beautiful sank. That is going to be it. No way Sonya can even turn this around with a sank like that. Down goes Uther, Tassadar as well. Not even Archon saving you, friend. Meng, the only survivor. Tell the story. Drops a spray on the way out.
Uther's back, though.
For his life. Looks like he's going to try and go for the objective. Uther's back. I think he forgot that he had redemption.
He did not move at all, yeah. He was like, okay, let me just destroy a couple more minions, and now it's time to go back, though. Yeah, Uther and Vala. The shield is already down. Yeah.
Vala here. Here's Uther arriving in time. No Tassadar shields this time to protect the core. They're going straight in for it. Lots of damage onto Wind, but the core is dropping. And that is going to be GG. As CE take the game, unless they all die here. Now's Paradise. But no, they take the game, and that brings the score to 1-1. Third 1-1 of the day.
So, this fight might have looked a little bit silly, but they had to do something. They knew that if they had dragged this on forever, they would have probably lost the core anyway, because there were catapults coming, there was a fallen shaman camp going with those things, and it is KTY, by the way, so it was just a mistake on the account, because KTY hit the first player to shake hands on the side of CE. So, it is a 1-1 still. The one did definitely not go down without a fight in that second game, and they managed to tie the series against one of the biggest fish in the pond. That is already a big success for them. And that one caster, by the way, just got his prediction right. I can't believe it.
Yes, he did. Somehow. So, what has happened today? This means that we now have one hope, one matchup left for any of these teams to actually take the lead. Because right now, it's a 6-way tie in both first and last place.
Oh boy.
Not last place, because the other two teams have currently 0 points. They haven't played yet, but they don't count.
Yeah, and if this keeps up, HGC China could get a little bit messy towards the end in order to decide who goes to BlizzCon and who not. Let me also fix my webcam. It's a little bit out of... Okay, sorry.
Can you imagine if we went 1-1 all the way up to the final week for every matchup, every team?
I mean, it would certainly drive the analysts crazy, ourselves included, but it would make for one hell of a show.